For the second instalment in my sketchbook, I wanted to create a full portrait drawing and thought who better to draw than the main character from one of my favourite films, Edward Scissorhands. For this drawing I'm using the Faber-Castell Pitt Graphite pencil set. As you can see, I've been using these pencils for a while. Included in the set are pencils from HB up to 14B, a large paper stump, a sharpener and an eraser. In addition, I'm using a Tombow mono eraser and a Faber-Castell kneadable eraser. That's the tools out of the way, now let's get on to the drawing. I'm starting the drawing with a 6B pencil to lay down the sketch. If you notice how lightly I'm holding the pencil, this is to make sure the sketch is light enough to erase if needed. Most of the time when drawing, the aim is to leave a mark on the paper without actually creating damage to the surface. It's only when you get into the darker areas that you need to add more pressure. One tip I have for creating a drawing from a reference photo is to have the photo the same size you want your drawing to be. That way, you're not complicating things by trying to scale your drawing up. I'm starting with the eyes as they are a great place to judge the size and placement of the other features. Next, I drop down to the nose and onto the mouth. You have to constantly check your reference photo at this stage to make sure the measurements you're making are correct. I add a little bit of darkness into the eyes and nose to better define the shape. Now I move on to the paper stump to add some shadows. This is great for creating a soft edge and attacking larger areas faster than a pencil. As I'm happy with the layout of the features, I move on to framing the face. I'm checking the distance from the side of the eyes to the temple, then placing a mark. Then placing the hair in front of his face to his hairline. Instead of thinking about the whole drawing, I'm thinking about each segment separately. I'd compare drawing to doing a jigsaw. You're building up small sections one piece at a time. Every time we add a new section, I'm using the previous line as reference for where to place the next line. I work out a rough shape for the hair with the stump, then start refining the sketch with a pencil. When it comes to shading, I'm adding some of the darker areas first. This allows me to better judge the midtones. Something I always try to do with my portraits is to leave the details to last. Only once there's a good range of tonal value in place do we add the smaller details. Now it's a case of building up the shading one layer at a time. For the lighter tones, I've used the HB pencil and the paper stump. For the darker tones, I've used the 6B, 10B and 12B. I hope you enjoy watching this drawing come together. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.